Hey everyone, my name is Valentino and welcome back to my channel. So I'm just getting back from the gym and you know what? I'm not gonna mess.
A few moments later.
Hey there, my name is Valentino and if you're watching this, you're probably wondering why you're single. And I'm here to tell you. So sit back, relax, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps with the whole algorithm, especially since my channel has been dormant for like 4 weeks due to YouTube and their whole suspension thing. If you haven't already heard, I'll put a card right here and I'll tell you all about it. What sparked this video is a single friend of mine yesterday was visiting home for the holidays and he was at a point where he was tapped out. He needed to take a walk, so he called me up. We were talking for like 2 hours, almost like 2.5 hours, just chatting it up, talking shit, you know how you do with your best friend. By the end of the night, he ended up texting me like, damn, I'm really realizing that I really need a companion. I want a boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, but we had like this whole conversation, but it got to the point where it's like, do you really want a relationship? Like, you say you do and you say now you're ready, but do you really want a relationship? And if you do, you kind of have to break down all the unrealistic factors. I think especially now, since it's 2018 and it's not so much taboo to be openly gay, people think that, oh, I can just find somebody organically and it'll be perfect, which is very doable if you go to parties, like gay themed parties, you have like a large network of gay friends, then yeah, you can date a mutual friend or meet somebody at a party or whatnot. But if you want to just organically meet somebody at the grocery store or at the bank or, you know, at the local, you know, fast food restaurant or whatever, then the chances aren't that likely. I haven't re-researched this statistic, but back when I was, you know, a little bit younger, I looked it up and it said 1 in 10 people are gay. So if you put that in a real setting, there's 10 people in a room, you're that gay person. So it has to be 20 people in the room, and you have to figure there's a boy and a girl. So you have to put 60 people in the room for there to be 2 other gay girls and 1 other gay boy, right? And out of that 1 gay boy, he has to be single, he has to be in the right period in life for you to be compatible, and then he also has to be your type, and he also has to, you know, enjoy the things that you enjoy. Like, what are the chances that that's actually going to happen? If that's happened for you, I applaud you, kudos to you, bitch. But for the rest of us, that's not really how it goes, especially if we're busy working on our shit and doing our thing. So I'm always the biggest advocate for online dating. That's how I've always dated, and I've never really had a problem having and keeping a boyfriend. I guess I would be what you call a serial monogamous dater, just because I don't have time for the BS, and if I'm single and I'm dating somebody, after 2 dates, I'm gonna know if I'm gonna want to date you long term. And after, you know, 3 or 4 dates, then I'm gonna establish that, like, you're not seeing anybody else, basically. And then we move on from there. And if that's a problem with that person then and there, then I'm done. I'm moving on to the next person. Or if I find something along the line within 2 months or whatever, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, then I'm done. I'm on to the next person. But obviously that's not really the case for me, because this person is damn near 3 years. My last one was like 1.5 years. Before that, it's just like, I'm a very serial monogamous dater. And I've always met these people online because you find out the complete profile of the person. My friend was also like, well, I don't like texting, but you don't have to just text if you meet somebody. Initially, day 1, you meet them, you set a date, you know, within a few days to meet up in person, go to the coffee shop, go to lunch, go to dinner. Or if anything, if they are interested, they'd be inviting you to dinner, shit. And then just set that relationship, and then you continuously meet up with them and date. You can bring old school practices to nowadays with utilizing the services that we have nowadays. I think like you can incorporate the whole courting process and still meet somebody online, and it'll be, I think, better. Because if you really think about it, why do you think our parents' generation is the, I'm saying like our because I feel most of my subscribers are from like the 20 to like 35 range. So it's like, okay, why do you think that our parents' generation has the highest divorce rate. And that's, I feel like, because they met their spouse organically and they really didn't know them before they got into the whole situation. Like, they kind of saw this person that they liked and they saw one side of them. But if you have your whole life like laid out online, then there's no real surprises when it comes to this person. So I feel like you're more likely to be compatible with them if you have more background information rather than, you know, falling in love with this person that they're pretending to be for the hour or 2 hours with you twice a week. Then in 30 years, you might realize, damn, like, not only have you and I grown apart, you weren't even the person that I thought you were 30 years ago. So here are my 5 tips for you if you want to find a man in 2018. Tip number 1, be open. Sign up for online dating sites. I'm not saying that's the only way that you'll find a relationship, but if you are practicing your spur-of-the-moment communication skills with this online person, it will increase your chances of being able to spark up a conversation with somebody when you do bump into them in person or when they do talk to you. Which leads me to step number 2. When you are out in the public, don't always have your earbuds in. Don't always look at the ground and all around when you are, you know, seeing people. Like, look at people, see who is looking back, smile at that person. You have to use your facial expressions to communicate before actually meeting somebody. I hear stories of people meeting somebody in the car, like driving next to somebody in a car and then looking at them and smiling, like, and then they roll down the window, they stop at the gas station on the next block, exchange numbers, all that. Like, that used to be a thing all the time. You just have to be open to being a positive interaction with somebody when you meet them in person. Step number 3, be confident. I know, especially now, since we're going through the holidays and people are like putting on a little bit of weight and whatnot, their confidence diminishes. Don't let that be a factor. Be confident, be who you are, and if you want to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever, improve that throughout the year. And when you find somebody, like, they'll love you for where you're at, and they'll love you even more for where you'll be, and they'll still love you if you go back down to where you were at. You get what I'm saying? So, and then some people, shit, I like it when people gain weight over the holidays. That's like honestly my favorite look, like the, you know, winter weight fluffy look. Yes. Step number 4, put yourself in positions where you will actually meet people. Go to meetups. There's meetup.com. I think that's still like on and popping. But go to different events of things that you're interested in. Then you're more likely to find somebody else that's interested in the same topic, and you can move on from there. I know everything I've said isn't like the most difficult thing, but that's the kind of gist of the story. It's not really difficult. I think the biggest tip that I can give you for if you want a relationship is step number 5, put in the work. Relationships are really, like, the first couple of months might be peaches and cream, but relationships are hard work. When you have 2 people, I mean, honestly, if you're just alike, your partner, like exactly alike, then you might get bored. I mean, some people love that, but me and my partner, we are alike in some ways, but we are so not alike in a lot of ways, and I love that, but that always creates situations where you're bumping heads. Sometimes you have to compromise. With anything, you have to compromise, no matter how much you love it. People say, oh, I love what I do. I know you love what you do, but there are some aspects about what you do that you hate. But you have to compromise. And that's the same thing with the relationship. There are some things about my boyfriend that I literally hate. This OCD thing. But low-key, my mom was exactly like that. So I realized some people are always gonna be like that, and I realized how to deal with the situation, and I'm like used to it. But even if I weren't, I feel like I get used to it because that's something that he has that he'll always have. And as for him, he has to compromise for me because he knows that I am a little messy. But like, I'm not like, it's not super messy. I'm still clean, but I'm like, I have a lot of stuff. I get cluttery sometimes. Like, he sometimes says, you come over and explode. in the room or something, and I'm like, so yeah, those are my top 5 tips on how you can get a relationship in 2018. Comment down below what you think, if you have a relationship and you agree, or if you don't have a relationship and you have a problem with what I'm saying, because I guess I really don't know your life, because I'm never really single for more than like a few months at a time. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I post weekly videos, and until next time, bye guys. Oh, and I also will be creating a schedule that I'm definitely going to stick to for 2018, so stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be at least 2 videos a week, and then I'm going to have a lot of surprise bonus videos. Like, I'm trying to push out good content, and I want to do more things that I'm excited to do. I'm going to bring more creative individuals onto my channel, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, stay tuned.